So, oh snap, damn it, see, this fucking tripod sucks. All right, cool. All right, so today we're going to be looking at my new comic that I have on sale and that I just completed recently. I don't know. Give me a second, I'm trying to fix this microphone. Sorry if it sounds fucked up. But yeah. So I finally. This is the comic I've been working on. My third comic that I put out this year. At least by myself. It is a horror comic, TiT FoR TaT. Um, this is my first comic. Okay. This is my first like project that I did. Oh man. Traditionally, uh, I haven't done anything traditional in a freaking like ever. Because when I got back into drawing comics, I pretty much worked strictly digitally. So yeah, this is my first venture doing traditional work. I pretty much did everything with brushes and with microns and like pens and stuff like that. Yeah, got 15 people in the chat. Yo, what's up, everybody? Spam the chat, spam the like button. I appreciate everybody for showing up. So, but yeah, so we're gonna do like a quick look through the comic. I might compare some of like the pages I actually did to the pages in the book. And then anybody has any questions about anything for those who've bought a copy, I would love to get your feedback and how you guys felt about the book and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, so this is the cover right here. Uh, I really like. I don't know. I feel like I'm still trying to figure out how to make covers look more like exciting and stand out. Um, so yeah, what's up, Alika? Um, so yeah, so this is my cover. Um, I think it looks. I think the cover stands out. Like I use the red. I think red always pops, and the yellow for the text. And I added this cool like band for comics by Comics Code Authority thing, because I thought it was I just think it's funny. Um, the Comics Code Authority thing was always just a funny thing. And when I was doing research for one of my videos that I did on the channel, and I was looking at the Comics Code Authority and how much of a joke it was, I just was like, yeah, let me put that on there. So, yeah. So Tim says, how do I feel from going from traditional to digital art? Honestly, I think after like the first like couple weeks of like doing it, I really became kind of natural, and now I'm like at the point where it's like I rather do digital. I mean, rather do traditional than digital, but like digital honestly was more out of necessity, just for like work purposes and like lifestyle reasons. That's why I like went to digital first before I went to traditional. But now I'm at traditional, like doing like a lot of traditional art pieces and stuff like that, just drawing traditionally. And I'll pull out some of my artwork here soon from my portfolio case. And yeah, I mean, now traditional is just, it just feels so much better, and I just like it. But I'm trying to do this like combination where I like print out my pencils on like blue line. So like I'll draw my pencils on my iPad in Procreate, and then I'll print it out, and then I'll ink it traditionally. So um, like I did this piece, oh shit, this Tyler the Creator like cherry bomb piece, and all those blue lines is all like digitally like printed from my printer, and then I just ink it. So I've been doing that pretty much with all the pieces I've been doing lately. Like the Superman piece that I did, all that blue line is all digital. And so I've been pretty much just trying to like find a good medium, because like inking, I can ink pretty fast, and I usually keep my pencils like really loose. So I don't know. I just think I'm trying to figure out like a good like cross blend of both, and I think that will help me out a lot. Um, But yeah, so I mean, I think this cover kind of pops out. I think it looks cool. I think it kind of gives a good feel of what's going on with the characters in the comic, and this is it compared to like the actual page that I did, um, which I think I mean it came out pretty good. I did a little bit more, like added more like splatter digitally than on the actual traditional page, and even here I did like the digital printouts, because on the other pages, which when I go through them I'll show you, the other pages I like actually just drew on pencil, and then the cover art is the only page I did 11 by 17. Everything else is on like manga paper, which is like 14 by like 10 or some shit like that, and um, because like at the time I didn't um like doing it on like you can get more. The manga paper is cheaper and you get more for your buck for like manga paper than you did for like the Bristol board that they have. Like the Bristol board is like what's it called, like you get like 24 pages for like $20, and whereas the manga paper you can get like you get 40 pages for like the same amount, same price. So I would go for that, but I found a cheaper uh like printer paper that's 11 by 17. It's pretty much two ply, and I've been using that now with all my stuff. But yeah, so the concept behind this comic originally it started off as like I wanted to do a Sleepwalker one shot, like bootleg comic. Sleepwalker, I don't know if you guys know that character. He's like one of those obscure like 90s characters that came out, and he was just like his pretty much his power is, sorry I'm moving the camera so much, like this tripod is super like flimsy, so he keeps fucking falling. So I'm trying to figure out how to keep it from falling. uh there you go. But yeah, so Sleepwalker, he was a character I was kind of interested in, more of his character design than like his actual powers. And he was like one of the first comic books I would buy back when I was like, I would just see his comics at the flea market and shit all the time. So I just pick him up and I just thought it was kind of funny. But he wasn't like my favorite character, but I was like, it would be a cool idea for like, say, Sleepwalker, like, got into the body of like a little kid, and like that was getting bullied, and he would help the kid out. Like the kid would go to sleep, like, and the kid would get knocked out, and the Sleepwalker would come up and like help him out and like stop the bullies and stuff like that. So that was kind of like the concept for the Sleepwalker. But then I was like, I don't want to do another like licensed character like IP characters I did in my Spider-Man Nobody Safe comic, which did pretty well for the most part. But I was just like, I don't want, like, I want to be able to sell this without anybody saying like you have to worry about copyright, da 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 da. Which, I mean, I don't give a fuck about copyright that much, but like I don't want to have to like buy a bunch of comics, like issues of like I'll do a big large print run of a comic that like I had to like sneakily kind of sell. So I kind of changed it up and made it to like my own monster character, which the design of this character is essentially just like my logo character that I've been using. Like every time like if you go to my website, you open like the first page of the website is like this like monkey with horns character. So that's kind of like what this character is based off of, and so that's kind of where I got it from. Cause I couldn't think of a good design for the monster, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use that character and just make him more evil looking. But yeah, so yeah, so this pretty much evolved from like a Sleepwalker one shot to what it is now, which is like the idea is what happens if you have an imaginary. What would your imaginary friend do if you were getting bullied, like you know, violently bullied by somebody at school? Like what would they do? So that's kind of like where the concept came from. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I went with it. And yeah, I mean, I had a good time making this comic, and I think I caught like a wave, pretty good once I got used to my tools and stuff. Because what I mainly used was I used this Winsor Newton number three. Let's see, that was like my main inking tool, and then I used like just a bunch of other just like markers and stuff like that. And then the ink that I used mainly was this Deleter Black number four, and I pretty much ran out. I went to two bottles of this shit. Like this shit is pretty much empty. And I mean it's good ink though. I really like it. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And then like all the tones and stuff are all done digitally. The letters are all done digitally as well. Um, this print, I mean, I think it came out really good. The paper, like, so this is my second time doing an actual print of a comic, and so I did like the cover art, like the back interior cover and the back covers are like heavier stock, cardstock type, and then I wanted to have more of like a looser paper, like lighter paper. So I think it's like 70-pound paper or something like that. But I mean, I like it. I think it came out really good. I think all the blacks came out really good. The grays, I think, came out really dope. Um, but yeah, and so yeah, here's like just some of the pages that I did, and I didn't draw none of these pages like in order. Like I didn't do page one, page two, page three. I just like whatever pages I felt like I could finish the fastest were the pages that I did. So that's kind of like how I do that. I kind of do that with every project that I work on. Like I don't necessarily I don't do the like pages in order. I don't think many people do that, but like there's this page and this is the like the pencil page. And see, I did all the pencils for these like with the blue jet pen with blue ink. And so yeah, that's it right there. And obviously like I added stuff like this page was like the last pages I did, and I was like, bro, I'm just like, fuck, I'll just draw all the background digitally and stuff like that, and just add all this stuff digitally, because I was just kind of over like once I get to like the final pages, I'm just like super burnt out. I'm like ready just to get this shit over with. Oh, I gotta check out that Prince Harrington Heritage. I've been trying to like get like brush pens and stuff, Timothy, but I got the Kuretake pen brush, but for some reason it's not working for me. I don't know if it's just like the ink that I'm using or like if I like clogged it or whatever. So I think I'm just gonna stick to the Winsor Newton right now because I pretty much got used to it, like working on this project. Like I got like used to it, and I wanted to get a brush pen for like convenience again. So like if I, because using a brush is like super annoying because you have to like get a cup of water, get a paper towel, and do your ink spins and stuff like that. Like I have like this is when I was doing my inks for my other pages, my pinups recently. I have like my paper towel on deck, and I have like a red solo cup ready to go. But it's just like it's just too much extra work, so I wanted to get a brush pen so I can just start going in there without having to do the most. But I don't know, the Kuretake brush wasn't working, so oh yeah, for sure. I'll hit you up, Timothy. I just bought one of these so like I looked up like what are the best brush pens. So I bought it's not gonna, I don't know if it's gonna load up as the Copic Gastafun nylon brush. And I heard this is like pretty much like the Winsor Newton brush, and I've been using it. It works pretty well. So I'm gonna keep trying those, but I'm really trying to get like a reusable brush pen. That's like my goal, so I can just like I guess I just keep using it. But anyway, so here's this page. I think it came out good. I like that panel. I think the motion kind of showed, and I got like this. For those who read it, this is like a little GG Allen logo that I found. I don't know why I just thought GG Allen would just be cool. This is a cool page that I did. I think I have that one right here that I can show you. This house. This is the physical page of it. And again, I just use like the blue line lead, not Pentel, but like Prisma. Or, I don't fucking. This is the lead I used. The Pilot. That's that I used. Ink. And the only thing, I mean, it's cool. It's good. Like lead and stuff, but like I'm kind of heavy-handed, I guess. So like, it would snap a lot. Like it snapped a lot. But yeah, that's the house. Yeah, that lead snapped a lot. Shit pissed me off, but it was whatever. And then this is another panel that I like. So like originally in my thumbnails, I had this page like just straight up, but I was like, let me make it like diagonal because I think it added more of a like a skewed effect to make him look more like more what's what I'm looking for, more emotion and stuff like that, make it look more wicked. So I kind of like added that page and then this whole deal. And then this page I think came out super sick. I like that a lot. Let me see if I can find it over here. But yeah, that page came out pretty good. Also, I think it evoked the emotion that I wanted. That was like one of the pages like when I was doing the thumbnails that I knew I already had like pretty much together, that I didn't have to worry about like having to change it too much or like that was a page like I like that was perfect. Like, you know, you do your thumbnails, you go through your pages, and you're like, oh, this one's perfect. Like this one, I don't have to like change up, you know, when I'm like drawing the page. But this is the original right here. Super cool. And then I like put these like these digital stickers on there, like the Cartman and Batman and the Goku, good Goku, stuff like that. Again, this is like another page that came out, I think, really good. I like did like the drop shadows. Like I kind of like, I like breaking the panels when I can. So like that's kind of like what I did with that page. It's like one of my favorite pages that I drew. Let me see if I can find it. But I think it came out really good. But yeah, I mean, I get that a lot. I get the manga influence and stuff like that. And I think it's just, I guess I'm kind of going for that mix, trying to do like a little bit of both of like manga and American comics, because I always feel like manga storytelling is cool, like a lot better, like pacing wise than like American comics for the most part. But I like the artistic like stylings of um, of like American comics. And this is another page that I think I just like killed like off rip. I was like, damn, this page is super sick. Um, one of my another favorite that I did that like when I did the thumbnail, I was like, yeah, I had to do a page where the creature's just lurking out, like, you know, he comes out of the book, the journal, and I added like a little blur effect. I don't know if you could tell, and like it kind of looks cool, but I think it would have just I could have did without the blur effect. Now that I'm looking at it in print, I was like, man, I wish I would have just like not did that. But I mean, it is what it is, and you know, you live and you learn. Like my second comic that I've like not done, but like, you know what I'm saying, try new stuff. So, but I think, I mean, it does what it needs to do for the most part, I feel like. But yeah, this monster, like I just think it just came out so cool, and then him just laying there, and then I had the little "My Nobody Safe" poster back there, in digital. And there's another page. Um, I think I had fixed this face because when I drew it on the paper, it looked kind of wonky, so I like went back digitally and like I refixed it a little bit. And that like, and I was like learning in real time, like how, on like using my materials. So like a lot of like the finer details, like see like the face, like I mean his eyes were, I think, a little too big, so I kind of changed it up a little bit, and then everything else kind of pretty much is the same, like the panels and stuff. But you know, I just did like you know, like I would either like be tired at one point, like, and I would like mess stuff up, and I'll kind of like point those out when I see them. But I think for the most part, like I think once I got to like page like 10 pages in, I kind of figured out how to use the brush and how like I'm supposed to do everything. And I was like I said, I was just learning in real time, and I'm honestly really satisfied with the book on how it came out in like in total. Like look at that, like this page is super cool. Like this face, like, and that's all like I got the Presto white out, and I just scrubbed in the smile and the eyes and stuff like that. And then I just like let the face blank, and like I tried for the monster, his word bubbles, I like did like weird word bubbles and like actually little white splatters. That's all digital though for him. Like I just wanted him to have a distinct speech bubble, which I don't know, I think it was just kind of cool, something different to do to see if how it would come out and look, and I think it came out pretty cool. You know, I'm trying to find the pages, but I can't find them. I got like my pages are all unorganized for all my traditional pages, but it is what it is. And these are some of the pages that like were my last page, and like I'm not like I want to say the most proud, but some of these pages are just kind of like the fluff pages, kind of like the story beat pages to kind of like get the story going. But like I mean, I like this story beat. I think it's cool. Like these faces, I just feel like they were so wonky. But I like this panel right here, where like his eyes were white because he's, you know, looking over here. There's like a lot of panels right here. I just realized like 8 panels on this page. It's kind of crazy. And then right here, and this page is like literally one of the last ones I did. Also, Solid Sky. I got kind of lazy with like the background right here. I could have did a little bit more. This panel came out, pretty good for the most part. I think I could have did a background because it's kind of blank, but it's, is what it is. This is one of my favorite pages too. I think the background right here looks super dope. I love this uh, POV I did of the monster. I think that looks cool, and this as well. Like this whole beat, I think it just pastes really good, and it came out the way I wanted it to. Let's see if I have that page right here. This is that last page. See, I was gonna draw the people right here on the top of the truck, but it just wasn't working for me, and I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm just gonna let me get these pages over with, because in my mind, like a finished product is better than a perfect product, and obviously I'm like still figuring it out as I go. So I'm like, I'm not like super married to my pieces and stuff. So like if something just doesn't come out like super great, like to me it's like it is what it is. Like you got to get those 1,000 hours in and like those ugly pages done. So just do what you got to do. Like just keep doing it. But here's the other page that I was just showing. You know, see how loose my pencils are like so loose. Like I don't do like, and I think that's what makes me kind of like draw really fast. Like I think I finished this book probably like in 8 weeks, 40 pages in 8 weeks, probably less than that. Like it's like my pencils, like I don't detail my pencils. Like all my detail work, all my extra work comes in the inking stage. Like I pretty much just like skip penciling really, and just go straight to ink. I just do like a loose like idea of what I want, and I just go for it. Also, everybody's in the that's watching the stream, man, hit the like button for me, please. I'd highly appreciate it. Hit that like, comment, subscribe, looking ass. So I'm trying to organize all my stuff. So yeah, and then this page is pretty cool. Whatever. It's another like story beat page, trying to get everything going. I used a lot of ink when I blacked all these panels out. But it's something like when I was doing, like when I have all these pages with like all the big black spots in it, I'm just like, I don't know why, but it's like super satisfying. And like I use like really cheap brushes, like when I'm hitting these big black spots. Like I have this cheap brush, it's like a Dollar Tree brush that I think my wife got for my kids to like use, and they like wouldn't use them. There's this one, and then this one too. This one, look at this, super cheapy, like a little brush. Just hit the big spots, and like I don't have to worry about being gentle with them because they're like dollar brushes. Like they're literally like Dollar Tree generic Michaels like brushes, and I'm just like, man, these work just perfectly. Let me see if I can find this page in the pile, but because like I'm like super like my Windsor brushes, I'm like super like careful. I like clean them out every time I finish using them and stuff like that. And that's another thing that just freaking bothers the hell out of me, because like, that would take much time, and I was just like, bro, I'm trying to get this shit done. But here, see, like, get all the strokes on me. That's fucking the page I folded up everything. I was using so much ink, and yeah, I think I had fixed her hair digitally because I like my hands. Sometimes my hands wouldn't be steady, so I was like, just fuck it up. I think that came out like her eyes. I think they came out pretty cool. But yeah, that's that page. So I think I'll just like for now I'll do black and white, because coloring just takes a long ass time. Like if I could find like a colorist that would want to do color for my stuff, then I would I'm not against coloring, like for sure I'm not, but like I'm very particular about like how I'd want, like I would want somebody who's enthused about doing colors for my comics, and not somebody who's just like there to do like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like I would want like somebody who wants to like actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to just pay somebody and they just do like a get it done job. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Because on my Spider-Man Nobody Safe comic, the first 4 pages were colored, and I paid somebody to do that. And I mean, this might just be me just being like an ass. Like I was just kind of like I don't know if I feel about this. And like after like a couple like days of looking at the color pages, I was like, it's good enough. But I feel like the guy, like when I was the way I wanted him to color the pages, they didn't like turn out the way, like, because when I see his work and the way he colors his pages, they look really good. But when he did it for mine, it kind of was just like bro, you're just trying to get this done so you can get paid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe that's just me just reaching, but that's kind of how I feel. So like if I do decide to do a colored comic, like and do all the colors myself, I would. But right now I'm just trying to like muscle out all these like one shots and stories just to get my skills up. And coloring is like the last thing I want to work on, like or like do. But eventually, yeah, I will for sure. Like short, long answer short. Yeah, I will do colors eventually, or get somebody to collab with, do the pencils with for sure. I mean, the colors for my stuff for sure. But I like doing gray tone too. Gray tone is super dope. Like outside of just inking, I think gray toning is like one of the most satisfying things in making my comic. But here's this page. And the silhouette thing came out cool. The truck was all right. So yeah, like these small faces, like I don't know. I just think it like I would just fuck up the faces so much. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck was I doing? Like, but then like, luckily digital, so I can just go back and just fix them a little bit, just make them a little bit more like face, But doing the faces like offhand, it was just hard sometimes, especially because I didn't have that much room to work with. So I think that's just a me thing. I need to like figure out how to draw pages to where like I can draw the faces with more space and not have to like cramp up like little details in a face. So just like a thing I just learned when I was doing this. This panel, this page is cool. I really like this panel a lot because it's like the car mirror, rearview mirror, and it has the monster character in there. So I think that came out. This is like one of my favorites. I think it came out really cool. But that's the traditional page. But yeah, I think that was cool. I knew that was one of the panels that I wanted to do too. When I was doing it, I was like, yeah, this is dope. And then so this part two was like I was like I don't know when I was doing the page I kind of like messed up the story beats a little bit, so like it was supposed to be like a flip thing where he just changes it, but I don't know, I kind of messed it up a little bit, but I mean it still works, but just not the way I had it in my head when I put it down. And so there's this page. This face came out super dope. I really like this face a lot. I think I got her motion down, and I wanted her hair to like look like it's wigging out. So I got that, and then this, I think that's pretty cool. And then breaks, pulls him out of the car. See, I think I got this page over there too. I can show you guys. He said, people think that digital coloring is all fun and say, oh, it's like, no, hell no. Digital coloring, like, fucking, dude, yeah, that shit takes forever, especially if you don't have like your own method. Like when I first, because I did a digital webcomic on my Instagram. Like when I first started my Instagram page that I have now, I did a webcomic on there, and I like colored it halfway through, and I realized like that it takes long as time. Especially like if you're not even like just doing the flats alone takes long as time. But if you're like doing like if you want to do like cell shading or freaking like more of a rendered look coloring, it takes a long time. Like it would take me twice as long to color my comics than it does to just draw them up. And like I said, I rather like get more pages under my belt and then focus on like hyper focus on these pages now, because these are not going to be like my end all be all or like my best. You know what I'm saying? So I just was like, I'm trying to get these done. But this is that page right there. There goes that panel. The hand came out really good. I think it came out good. That finger. And then this page. That hand came out good. It's funny because like I feel like when I first started drawing, I had like a big like emphasis, like I need to draw the hands really good. Like I need to, like if I could draw hands good, then I could be like satisfied with myself and my career. But it's like, okay, you can draw hands, but now you gotta learn how to draw everything else. But yeah, that's the actual page right there. And then I just drew the woods. See how long his arms are. That's all fucking wonky. But it is what it is. But I think this came out cool, and I've been like, I like doing these little like added like spot blacks just to add some more emphasis on it. And that was another thing, like I did on this page also, like trying to figure out like how can I make it look more horror like, more scary, because that was like the whole vibe I was going for. And so like I was trying different things on different pages, like splatter effects and like these. I have a lot of different tones that I would use digitally and stuff like that. This page came out really good too. I like that. And then shink. And that came out cool. I think I did that white digitally. I didn't do that traditionally. I like that face. And then he's like, what the fuck? He's freaking out. He runs away. And then this was fun too, doing this. I had the I think the Pentel pocket brush, or I had one. Let me see that. For that, I'd use this right here. I don't know what this is. One of these brush pens. And this is a cool brush pen, but it ran out of ink pretty quick. I guess because I was just squeezing it too much. But this came out pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I think like artists, we kind of like over criticize ourselves, and most time, especially with comics, people don't really pay attention unless it's like overtly just looks really really bad or like super awkward. Most people who are reading it casuals aren't gonna like be noticing that stuff, because I remember I was watching this one video by this one comic creator, and he was talking about like, yeah, you're spending like 5 hours on a page that somebody's only gonna look at for like 2 seconds, so like you shouldn't like trip too much about it. But now I was like, damn, that's true. Like that's why I don't like fall in love with this stuff too much, because I'm just like, one, once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I'm not gonna go back and redo it. I'm just leave it all on the floor. You know what I'm saying? When I freaking do it, so I'm just gonna do the best I can. Just keep moving and not get too like caught up on being perfect. But that's this page. This is one of my favorite pages. Also, I got this panel, man. Oh man, that's like one of my favorite panels. And then I added that effect. I think it came out cool. The splattering, a little bit of splatter. Look at that, it's all sticking out the white out. But yeah, it came out pretty cool. I think it came out good. I'd like change some stuff up on post. And that was another thing that was annoying about like drawing on this like manga size paper, is I had to like reformat it, because like I have like because I already have like a pre-made formatting thing for Mixum, and it's for like 11 by 17 like size paper. Like when I scan it, it's probably 11 by 17, and it fixes that way. But since I worked on a smaller size, I had to like rescale it. So some of these pages look a little bit different than they actually do like on the actual paper. Like it's not like super big, but it's like subtle things that are different. So it was just a lot of extra stuff that I just didn't like. That if I would have did 11 by 17, I could have avoided, but it's whatever. This is cool. I was trying to get like a lot of details on this tree. I don't know if this panel. Yeah, it came out cool. I like the blacks I did on that. I think that came out really good. Let me see if I have that. Yeah, I got that one right here. I like this panel. That's cool. Positioning and stuff like that. Yeah, foot. It's a weird looking foot. But and this page, this is one of my favorite pages too. I like to split this up because I just thought it added more like pacing, like boom, boom. Like it was supposed to give that effect of like him smacking his hands both down. This knife, I think this came out really good. That like the movement on that thing, that came out really good. That it looks pretty good too. You see, I think I might have that page also on here. Yeah, like look at that. That is some movement right there. Let's see what else I got. So this is another one of my. This is like I think this is the first page I drew. Very first page that I drew in this comic. This like the 20th, 30th page, some shit like that. Let's see, I don't think I got it up here, but and this page is cool too. So this is like one of my favorite sequences. Also, like the dream sequence. There's this page right here where like it shows like the flashbacks of the guy just fucking with him the whole time. I wish I was able to do this on the paper, but like I just couldn't figure out how to do it, and I didn't want to like. I was thinking I was like gonna get like a piece of paper, cut it out, and like glue it on there, and I was like, I'm not gonna do all that right now. Like, I'm not gonna do like all that. This is cool too. I think this panel is really dope. I think this is dope. Like with the screen tones, like I to try to put emphasis, at least in my mind, what I try to do is like I would either like put like the background all toned and then leave the characters all white, or I'll do like this, the inverse where they're all toned and leave the backgrounds white. And I learned that from reading 20th Century Boys by Urasawa. I don't know if you guys know 20th Century Boys is, but he did that a lot in this manga right here. And this is like one of my, that is probably like one of the best mangas I've ever read. If you guys ever get a chance, you should read that series. It's probably like one of the best mangas I've ever read in my life. Like, yeah, reading that book was like watching a TV show where I was like, I wanted to keep reading it, even though I knew I needed to go to bed or like take a break, because like there were so many like cliffhangers and like story beats that I was like, man, I need to see what's going on, like see what's gonna happen next. Like it's such a great manga, great series, top tier. Another page, one of my favorites. Like this hand just looks super crazy. These panels where I did that effect again, where I toned it right here, left the background black, and then, I think it just got like more emphasis on like what's going on. And I did the same thing kind of subtly right here. And this is like a nod and like kind of like a reference to like when Itachi was like touching Sasuke's eye, and like he's gonna take it, but he doesn't take it actually, obviously, if you know Naruto. So that's what this is kind of a nod to, and this is the actual page. All the ink splatters on there. Super cool. And then this like right here, this brush, like this was that cheap brush I was showing earlier. I just was like, when it got dry, I just did that. And I think it kind of gave like a cool like dry effect. So I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, I think it came out really good. And this is another good page. The pacing came out cool. I had to fix this face because when I drew it on the paper, it came out fucked up. So I had to like see right here. It kind of it didn't like have the same impact. So I had to like fix it. This one also a little bit, just little wonky faces on that one. Everything else looks pretty cool. Like I think that panel came out good. This panel came out really good. Those came out cool also. And also, I mean, for those who are watching who haven't don't know, this comic is for sale. So if you just click the link on like in the bio of my channel and stuff like that. I don't have the links in there right now for the description, but I'll put it in there later for all those who are gonna watch this later. You can buy this right now. It's on sale on my website. I also have another comic on sale on my website. Troll Call is an anthology book. I have 2 pages in there, but we can look at this a little bit after. But yeah, so this page was like another cool page. I think this was a good story beat. And then this page came out really cool. So funny thing, when I drew this, I like flipped these panels because they like it didn't the story beat didn't kind of like work. So like digitally, I just flipped the panels because I didn't really like write a script. So when I started writing, I was like, fuck, like it would make more sense. Like the verbiage would sound better like the other way. I don't think I have that page, but so I just like flipped originally the dad was down here and he was up here, but whatever. And I like this panel a lot too. I think this panel is really cool. And this page is interesting. And this is like this panel right here. This is a fucking awesome panel. think it, like, I don't know, there's like a lot of, evokes a lot in that panel. But look at that. Big splatter and a whiteout right here. That Presto marker. Gee, I think it came out pretty cool. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. And then another like semi-splash page with a lot of blacks, and then I have this page, you know, kind of rounding up the story a little bit, you know, more Presto whiteout, and I think it just looks cool because I feel like it just added more effect to his face and like using that, and then the zoom in, the zoom out, and then I tried to do like this whiteout thing right here too, with like to see if that kind of did anything. I mean, I don't think it really like added too much. It was just like see what happens. But this page came out cool. I need to figure out a different way to draw blood. I feel like this just doesn't work really well. So I gotta try something else. Especially if I do black and white. Maybe I can just do the blood just straight black or something. I don't know. But and then boom. Just a regular page. Just walking out. And then that's pretty much it for the book. Kind of just ends like that. And then I had like my own little thing. And this is another thing that I was trying to like kind of focus on, almost like doing like a design for it, because I never really thought about like interior page, exterior, like outer, like last page, interior pages, whatever. So I kind of like, you know, since the story is about like a notebook, so I wanted to do like, you know, journal entries, like just like, you know, me talking about the comic and like my thoughts behind it. And then the opening is also like, you know, I did all these, like I drew this traditionally in my sketchbook, scanned it in, and then I just did this all digitally, you know, around it. I thought it was kind of cool. Like, you know, a kid who has a sketchbook like this is what, or in a notebook, this is kind of what they would doodle and shit. And I guess I could have did it with the cover. Like maybe I could have like added that that effect, like the composition notebook effect to it, but it's just like, I don't know. But I think I did. I think it looks cool. I think the title cool. It's kind of cool. I still want to learn, like, figure out how to like do better designs for the cover. But you know, whatever. And this is kind of the back page of like, you know, all my stuff on here. You know, the QR code goes to my website, my Instagram, and obviously YouTube. So, but yeah, I mean, for those who've read it, I would love to know what you think about it. I still have a good amount of copies left. I just haven't really had time to promote it too much. Like I had like a reel I did and like stuff like that, but I just haven't really. I just like after this project, I was like, I'm gonna just take a break and just kind of focus more on my YouTube page just a little bit. Just I'm trying to like I'm not gonna do another project until January. I'm already plotting out my next comic. It's gonna be a sports comic, but I'll talk about that more once I get that all like figured out. But like. Oh, you talking about this page right here? Yeah, that's what I was going for, like a graffiti. Like I would just, I like when I was designing this, I was just thinking like, okay, what would I draw in my composition notebook when I was like in school and stuff, and then I just kind of drew the face kind of. I think let me see, I can go in my sketchbook. But yeah, like I was saying, like I'm this is like the last project I'm gonna do for like the year. Like, this is like my third project of this year, and like I've done uh like my other two projects, for those who don't know, like you can download them for free on my website. My Spider-Man one shot and my other horror comic that I did earlier this year, you can download for free. But yeah, but yeah, I gotta go, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, man, go check it out, Arrow. Click the link in the description, and you can get a copy of that. I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you guys for showing.